think about a moment in your life when you tried hard to succeed, yet you failed? Maybe you studied really hard for a test, but you still got a low mark. Maybe you were chosen for a sports team, but you didn't play so well. Maybe you tried to sing, dance, or speak in front of others, and you made a mistake. How did you feel? Did you feel sad, embarrassed, or did you wish you could go back and do it all over again? I know that I would. Most of us are taught that failure is something to avoid. We're told to aim for perfect scores, to win competitions, and to always succeed. But today, I want to teach you a different side of failure. What if failure does not have to be avoided? What if failure can be one of the greatest teachers we can have? Now, I'll share my personal experience about failure. When I was 7 years old, and on my birthday, I got a huge present from my father. I thought it was probably a big dollhouse or even a set of Barbie dolls since they were my favorite back then. I asked my father what it was, and then he lifted the blanket and yelled, "Surprise!" I was stunned to see a beautiful bike in front of me. I thanked my father for buying me the bicycle, but I never told him that I didn't know how to ride it. I tried to ride it, but I kept falling down. I got scratches and wounds. I was in pain. So I never got a chance to ride the bike again. But failure is not a sign to stop. It's a sign that we're growing. So why do we forget this when we grow older? Why do we think that one bad grade means we're not smart? The truth is, the more we grow, our confidence fades. But if you don't let it, your mistakes and failures help our brain grow. Every time we fail, we discover what does not work. Every time we try again, we become a little stronger. And every time we refuse to give up, we move one step closer to success. Life is exactly the same as failure. Success is not a straight road. It's full of mistakes, challenges, and failures. And that's okay. Many famous people failed before they became successful. Walt Disney was once told that he lacked his imagination. J.K. Rowling was not a successful writer. Her books were rejected by the public. But because one person liked them, now we get to read Harry Potter. They did not let failure define them. They learned from it. They worked harder. And eventually, they succeeded. Schools teach us mathematics, science, and languages. These are all important. But schools should also teach students how to handle failure. They should learn that it's okay to make mistakes. They should learn that failure does not mean that they're not smart. It does not mean that they're not talented. And it certainly does not mean that they should stop trying. Imagine a classroom where students aren't afraid to ask questions, where they're excited to try difficult problems. They know that mistakes are opportunities to learn. Wouldn't that be a wonderful place to learn? I think so. Because when students stop fearing failure, they start believing in themselves. They become more confident and more creative. So the next time you fail a test, lose a game, or make a mistake, don't say, "I'm a failure." Instead say, "I'm learning." Because failure is not the end. It's not a tall fence that divides the world from smart people and people who make mistakes. It's a bridge between who you are today and who you can become tomorrow. That's why I believe that schools should teach students how to celebrate failure. Not because we want students to fail, but because we want students to be brave. We want them to take risks. We want them to keep going, even when things are hard. Because success is not about never falling. It's about getting up one more time than you fall. Life's greatest lessons come from our greatest failures. So, Let us stop asking, how can we avoid failure? And start asking, what can failure teach us? Because failure is not the end. It's a lesson, a chance to grow, and our first step to success. Thank you.